It's Sunday morning on CBS, and here again is Jane Pauley.
When You Look Me in the Eyes was a big hit for the Jonas Brothers about a decade ago. Now, after some rough patches, the pop group is back together with plenty to say to our Tracy Smith for the record.
I'm a sucker for you.
In case you were wondering, this is what a comeback sounds like.
I'm a sucker for you.
This song, Sucker, is the Jonas Brothers' first #1 ever. And for the past 2 months, it's been rocking the airwaves in places like the Billboard Music Awards and Saturday Night Live.
I'm a sucker for you.
For the record, they're not calling it a triumphant return, but to Kevin, Joe, and Nick, it sure does feel that way.
It's really amazing coming back to it all with a whole new dynamic in perspective as well.
Can you enjoy it now?
Oh, yeah. This high at the moment, this kind of peak, and there will be valleys in the future, we all know that, but this peak we're on together, I think means so much to us this time around because it feels right. I'm very excited.
And it almost didn't happen. The Jonas Brothers grew up in suburban Wyckoff, New Jersey, the sons of a church pastor. They started singing together as a group in 2005, but when they were signed by Disney a couple years later, you might say the brothers exploded.
The Jonas Brothers are one of the hottest new bands on the teen scene.
They appeared on the CBS Morning show I co-hosted in 2006. They were so young, but weren't we all?
Obviously, fans out there who've been out there since, 4 in the morning.
Yes,
They're
they're
crazy to see you.
And in those days, it seemed that wherever the band went, a crowd of screaming girls was never far behind.
What was it like for you guys when Jonas Mania was at its height?
Pretty insane.
Manic.
Pretty crazy, yeah. I think there were definitely moments where I think we would all agree that we would say, wow, pinch me, I'm a Jonas Brother. It's a crazy feeling.
When you look me in the eyes and tell me that you love me.
But in time, the thrill faded a bit. The boys became men with different personalities, and their brotherly bond began to crack.
Were there times when you guys would be at each other's throats and then have to go on stage and be like,
I mean, that still
everything's
happens. Like that's just brothers, I think. I mean, maybe not as bad anymore, but yeah, there was definitely times that we would have blowout fights, and it'd probably be better if we just put gloves on and sparred for 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. So, brothers, we're competitive. We also fight, and that's just natural, and that's family.
But family ties only stretch so far, and by 2013, the Jonas Brothers were ready to hang it up as a group and very nearly as a family.
what was happening with you guys specifically that led to the breakup?
There's a lot of things, and to call it creative differences is almost too simple. And I think a lot of people lost the appetite for what we were putting into the world. So, we were putting up shows that weren't selling. We were making music that I don't think we were all super proud of, and it wasn't connecting. And on top of that, the root of all these real issues was that our relationship was becoming strained. So I had a very tough conversation with them where I laid it out for them. I said, I feel like the Jonas Brothers should be no more, and we should go on individual journeys. And didn't go so well.
Did you feel at that point like you were just done, that the Jonas Brothers were done?
Oh, absolutely. I checked out of my mind that that was it. There's going to be no more brothers ever.
Yeah. And I feared that they would never speak to me again.
Really?
For real, yeah. And it took a couple months of tricky conversations and navigating all that for us to be able to reconnect just as family again.
The group may have been finished, but the brothers were all talented guys, and they each began to bloom on their own. Nick got more into acting, and his solo music career skyrocketed. He's also teaming up with legendary designer John Varvatos on a fashion and fragrance line.
He's got great style. I mean, since he was a young kid. I don't want to compare him to the rest of the brothers, but it's much better, you know?
But you're moving so carefully, let's start living dangerously.
Brother Joe made his mark as well with a group called DNCE.
So where are we headed now?
We are headed to the whole gallery. This is by far one of my favorites in New York.
And in those rare times when he's at home in New York City, he likes to indulge his other love, art collecting.
How are you?
How much of your money goes to art, Joe?
I'd say it's my biggest splurge.
Really?
Yeah.
Which one's your favorite? That one's your favorite?
All three Jonas Brothers are married now, but Kevin was the first to tie the knot to the former Danielle DeLisa.
Oh, you're crushing it.
For Kevin, being a rock star often takes a back seat to helping raise the couple's two young daughters. And the differences in the three brothers' lives were pretty apparent last month on the night of the annual Metropolitan Museum Gala. Joe showed up with new wife, Sophie Turner. Nick was there with his wife, Priyanka Chopra. And Kevin tweeted a picture of his dates for the evening, sitting in their high chairs.
It had been nearly 6 years since we had spent time together.
But for all three Jonas Brothers, the road back to the stage began with an idea to tell their story through a documentary.
I really want to have a second chance with them.
It turns out that making the film, called Chasing Happiness, got them all talking and making music again.
You want to do something awesome again together?
Their new album, Happiness Begins, comes out this week with a tour to follow this summer.
How does that change the dynamic for you guys as you go out on tour now that you all are married men?
We don't know. That's the best part about it.
But it's gonna be fun.
I'm feeling so cool. Top to the bottom, just cool.
It seems the Jonas Brothers have come full circle, a little older, maybe a little wiser, and you might say happier than ever.
So many people in life would like a do-over for something, and you guys got it.
Yeah, we got a do-over, and I think this time around we're gonna do it right.
Lately I've been feeling so.
There's not gonna be secrets between us. There's not gonna be second guessing. We're not gonna be sitting around trying to call it off. We're gonna just keep this thing going.